Welcome to the pre-event interview series for World Hydrogen Week. Today I'm joined by Andrew Strudwick, an application manager from the Graphene Engineering and Innovation Centre at the University of Manchester. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, no worries. Pleasure.
We're going to have a conversation ahead of your panel discussion at World Hydrogen Week. The first thing I wanted to ask is a little bit about your background. So, can you give us a brief overview of your journey from your PhD in epitaxial graphene to your current role at the Graphene Engineering and Innovation Centre?
Yeah, sure. So at the Graphene Engineering Innovation Centre, we're looking to commercialize graphene and 2D materials into a range of application areas. So this is fully working with industrial partners to realize that goal. And my PhD started along those lines as well. So my PhD was funded by an industrial collaborator. And then my research following on from that was all industrially uh, linked and funded. So Marie Curie placement, again working in industry on graphene technologies, and then moved into working for kind of small, medium enterprises in and around the Manchester region mainly.
Hmm.
Again, uh, looking at 2D materials, graphene, and how we can get those into final consumer applications.
Fantastic. Um, I'm curious, how did your interest in nanomaterials intersect with en the energy and hydrogen sectors?
I guess in general, we try and be open to where 2D materials can help in any way. Uh, and there's some publications out of Manchester on using graphene mainly to enhance the performance of kind of electrolyzers, fuel cell
Hmm.
type systems. And it basically came around from looking to uh, upscale and integrate those early TRL pieces of research into problems that companies have come to us with
Hmm.
company need and then some knowledge that we have here on the material type.
Okay, very interesting. As someone with extensive experience in nanomaterials and their commercialization, what do you see as the most significant challenges and then also opportunities in applying these materials to the hydrogen industry specifically?
So the challenges are, I guess I probably just touched on it on the last answer really is taking what are currently kind of promising results from lab-based research on kind of the centimeter size sample scale and then developing the engineering controls and the engineering processes to then uh, upscale those
Hmm.
the production of those materials to integrate them more into prototype
Hmm.
uh, test sizes to start with, and then even further into kind of final integration into kind of production size final units.
Okay. Kind of leading on from that, how do you think the development of novel materials like graphene could impact the scaling up of hydrogen technologies?
There's a few there's a few areas. So the main areas we worked on so far have been mainly around electrolyzers and fuel cells and looking to improve their efficiency with the use of 2D materials. I guess if you're making things more efficient, you can kind of potentially use less of them
Hmm.
or make them smaller. So that could be one benefit if you're trying to integrate them into a vehicle, for example. Lightweighting is obviously quite key.
Hmm.
The other area of kind of hydrogen technologies where graphene uh, particularly is showing interest is in storage. So
Hmm.
potentially making more lightweight, uh, again, yeah, mainly lightweight in storage vessels uh, for integration mainly into kind of, like I say, vehicles or aircraft
Hmm.
or things along those lines.
Okay, fantastic. Kind of moving on to what you'll be speaking about at World Hydrogen Week. I know you're going to be speaking a little bit about the accounting for the availability and sustainability of materials needed for the energy transition. So, what's one key insight you're looking forward to sharing about the role of nanomaterials?
Again, it's probably touched on it a bit earlier. It's just it's it's trying to put the message across that we are looking to take these early stage promising results uh, from from the literature and from work here at Manchester, and that we are making progress on the scale of those technologies and kind of moving through to kind of TRL 4.5 style prototype systems.
Hmm.
So it's not just in the lab; it is getting closer to commercial viability.
Hmm. Okay, fantastic. And then sort of my last few questions for you. Are there any emerging nanomaterials or 2D materials that you believe could be real game changers for the hydrogen industry?
Well, we're always trying to look for new materials in this space. Any particular for hydrogen? I think we've mainly concentrated on uh, the role of graphene so far. We do have capability here to produce transition metal dichalogenides as well. So tungsten disulfide, molybdenum disulfide. There is some work on the potential integration of those into membranes within electrolyzers and fuel cells as well. So it could be uh, those could be two
Hmm.
that could start coming online. Again, it's probably a slightly lower on the TRL level so far than uh, graphene side of things.
Okay. Exciting things on the horizon, though.
Yeah,
Um, okay, and then my final question to you is, what are you most looking forward to when you join us in Copenhagen in a couple of weeks?
we're we're still quite early on our journey into the hydrogen space.
Hmm.
We only really run a couple of projects, so it's a bit of a fact-finding mission from us. So looking forward to networking
Hmm.
with the people there, starting to understand the challenges because we're, like I say, we're industrially led uh, center. So starting to understand those industrial needs will be the main thing, and then
Hmm.
trying to see how we can fit into the ecosystem and potentially kickstart some collaborations uh, to help companies overcome some of the problems they're having.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was lovely to meet you, and we're really looking forward to seeing you in Copenhagen. And I'm sure all of our viewers are also looking forward to connecting with you and networking with you. Um, so, anything you want to add?
No, no, yeah, thanks. Yeah, likewise. Good to meet you, and yeah, looking forward to it.